Oh my god, this is the first video I'm filming in 2023. I'm officially back to work. Finally, my break has come to an end, and what better way to start my working Monday with this video where I'm going to sit down, do my makeup with you guys, give you an update on everything that has happened. So I am going to unbox my travel makeup kit. I thought I was being very concise with it, but I ended up taking quite a lot more product than I thought I took. And these clear bags actually came in really handy. I bought them from Amazon right before I started packing for my wedding, and I actually have a mini, more concise version of it. And this is everything that I took in my honeymoon bag. This was my honeymoon travel bag. I was there for New Year's, so I also carried some rhinestones and some creative makeup products. Like I have a little glitter in here as well. Now it's another fact that I never really ended up wearing anything, but if I needed to create something, I was very well prepared. So if you guys would want to see an unboxing of this, I would love to do that in a separate video. Please let me know. But for now, let's get started. Let's start getting ready using all of the products that I have here, and I'm also going to give you a little stories on all of the functions and everything that took place during the wedding. So let's get started. So I'm starting off by moisturizing my lips. So if you'll notice, most of the products are for the winter. I did pack for the winter because my wedding was on the 3rd week of December and it was extremely cold, so I needed to make sure that my skin didn't look like parched or dry. So Nuxe Rev de Miel is something that I have sworn by for so many years, and as you can see, this is actually an almost empty jar of this lip balm. I really need to stock up. And all of the other products are also meant for like really dry or cold weather. I won't be unfortunately able to speak about a lot of the products that I'm applying today and using. I will, however, name them and list them in the description. But if you want me to talk about my favorite products that I've used last year and my favorite skincare products, then please let me know. I will make a separate video on that. And also, I am so sorry about all of these construction noises. I'm trying my best to negate it and it almost demotivated me to not make this video, but I just wanted to do it. Today's the day. I will sit down and finish it. So I'm really sorry about the construction noise. The house next to me has actually just been sold and they're remodeling the whole thing, so it's going to be a noisy 6 to 9 months for me, 100%. But anyway, that's not going to stop me from making YouTube videos, okay? I will not plan or aim for perfection. I will just aim to sit down and film my YouTube videos. And I hope you guys enjoy that. All right. Anyway, too much rambling. So, where do I even begin? I will begin by moisturizing my face and by telling you what dates the wedding was. It started on the 22nd of December. That's when the sort of madness actually began. I flew down to Delhi on the 12th of December actually, because on the 13th, which is 10 days before my wedding day, I had a ritual that needed to be done with the same Panditji who did our wedding. And that is something that I flew down for. And then I came back on the 17th again because I didn't have all of my wedding outfits yet, and I also needed one more person with me, so I got Ramesh with me from Delhi to Bombay back, because we needed two big like really XL sized suitcases to carry our Nivedita outfits, because the lehengas and the sherwanis, they were so huge and you cannot really squish them. And so I got him back so we could both travel back. We went back on the 21st, which is one day before the functions happened. But I felt like that was a really good decision in hindsight, because it kind of gave us an opportunity to be like really calm and not surrounded by wedding chaos before the actual D-Day, and it was just the two of us. And yeah, we got to spend quite a lot of quality time before the actual sort of madness began, because all of the planning and management and everything was going on in Delhi. So whenever we were in Delhi, it was always like, you know, talking to the caterer, talking to the decorator or the venue guys, and sort of making sure everything is ready, or there's always something or the other happening. But in Bombay, we only had like outfits which were almost ready, and it was just for us to go and pick it up. So yeah, so it was quite a nice decision in hindsight, and I'm glad I left only one day before the functions. So I arrived with Nikita and Sonal and Ramesh, the three of us. We traveled together, and it was really nice. We all left from the airport. Ramesh's friends picked us up. We went to the venue, and I think this was the first time Nikita and Sonal was also seeing the venue. We stayed together that night. My cousin brother Ron also came down that night. My parents came down to the venue that night. Ramesh left with his friends. It was just my side of the family. My buas and everybody arrived as well, all my family and relatives. So it was just our side of the family, and I really needed one day to just set up my wardrobe. Oh my god, I can't do my makeup and talk. Oh, I keep forgetting I have to do my makeup. This is so hard. Oh my god, but there's so much to, you know, discuss. So the first night, oh my god, this doesn't match me anymore because I'm tanned after the honeymoon. Oh gosh, I didn't realize the color difference until now. I really needed like one day to unpack and settle down in the hotel and just relax and unwind before the next day. So that's what we did. I had lots of help, so we unpacked all of the outfits, we put it into the wardrobe, made sure all of the jewelry was organized. I organized all of my shoes in place, and the looks and the outfits event wise and function wise. I also, like, that was the day when we steam ironed everything, made sure that there's going to be minimal last minute chaos. Okay, so this was all for my satisfaction. So that night we like all caught up. I was meeting everybody for like after many years, and my friends were meeting my relatives for the first time and my cousins for the first time. So I was just trying to get everyone to, you know, connect. And that was also the day we were also sorting out all of the rooms. My brother did all of the rooms and the logistics and the cabs and the pickups and drops from the airport. So we were kind of managing that as well, because the next day was when everybody was going to show up. So we made sure that all of the rooms were ready, if there were adequate rooms, if we needed to do anything else. So yeah, that was the day to sort and really be ready. And then one of the funniest things was that I was making these party favor bags, and the only thing missing was like a party smart or an anti-hangover sort of a shot or a pill. And I really wanted to make sure that we had that, because I didn't want anybody hungover the next day. I'll tell you, because the functions were aligned in such a way. Okay, this noise is really getting to me, and so I was just trying to like make sure that nobody was hungover for the functions that was happening early in the morning the next day of drinking. And yeah, so I couldn't find that, and I finally found Party Smart at the Delhi airport. It was out of stock all over Delhi. I tried finding it, you know, when I was there earlier from 12th to the 17th. I couldn't find it. I asked my friends to pick it up. They couldn't find it. So I finally, and I didn't have space to pick it up from Bombay and take it to Delhi because my wedding outfits were so heavy. I finally, I don't know, I saw there's an Apollo pharmacy there. So I went and I was like, you know what, do you have Party Smart? And I said, how many boxes do you have? And they had like 40. So I took all of them. And yeah, so that's what I did at the airport. That was quite funny. So the next afternoon was when the mehendi was going to start, and what happened was that the decorators were really delayed in starting the venue for the mehendi function. And the same evening we had the cocktail as well, because the decorator, he couldn't make the function. I mean, I did tell him 2 o'clock, and because our check-in time for the guests were 12 o'clock, and by the time it was getting ready, he said that it would be ready by 3:30. So I said, it's okay, I think let everybody come freshen up, have some lunch, and then I can go down and get my mehendi. But I do know that mehendi takes a really long time, like 6 to 7 hours. So if I didn't start early, I knew it was gonna get dragged to my cocktail, and I didn't want to have like wet mehendi during my cocktail. So the mehendi artist, oh my god, bridal mehendi queen, is the queen. So she is from Bombay, and she had come a little early. Like, we booked her flight, like an earlier flight. Like, she was scheduled to land around 10ish, and so she was there already. So I said, why don't we just start the mehendi whenever she's there. My hair and makeup was ready. We will talk about my hair and makeup team as well, because they were just phenomenal, and they, like, oh my god, they were so professional, on time. I'm telling you, everything was delayed. I wasn't. My hair, makeup, everything was ready and on point. So you know what happened, we got so much time to take pictures. Piyush did my wedding photography. Oh my god, that was so nice. He's so good, and his team is so good, and everyone, all of my family members, they loved him and his team. So that was great. Yeah, so we were ready, and so we started the mehendi, and I absolutely loved everything, that, like, the way the mehendi turned out. Starting from the outfit, I wore this Papa Don't Preach green outfit. I loved that I decided to wear that outfit because it was calf length, so it was so easy for the team to apply mehendi. It was sleeveless, so it was very easy for them to apply it in my hands. I had one person doing my hand, one person doing my leg, and 2 girls doing my arms. And Jyoti would sketch the design, and her team member, she would fill up the design, and the leg was completely done by one person. So it was just such a seamless experience. Honestly, I felt like the energy in my room, in the room that I was getting ready, everybody was so nice, so sweet, and so talented, that I'd never really ever had any like bridezilla moment, which I'm so proud of myself. I always told everybody that I'm going to be a bride chiller. I am not going to stress out about anything. I'm not going to try and take control over anything. Whatever happens, but touch wood, like, nothing really went out of the ordinary. Everything went exactly how I wanted it to go, and everybody actually turned out how I expected them to turn out, and how I expected the looks to come and the mehendi to look like. So I was just literally beaming and laughing and cracking jokes the entire time. So that was really nice. So for the mehendi design, she had this sketchbook which had like a few things and imagery from where I could select what I like. So I told her I love animals, so you can put all kinds of animals on me. And also, of course, there were pictures of like the bride and groom on my forearm. But my favorite thing that we came up with was because I was going to have two different kind of functions. We had a Bengali wedding and a nikah happening. So on my left hand we had the Bengali wedding, and on my right hand she drew the nikah with mine and Ramesh's name on it. So that was so spectacular. I didn't even know how she did it, and everybody that was coming to see the mehndi, they had never seen anything like this, you know, and everybody was so impressed, including myself. It was like watching pure artistry like happening so quickly and free-handedly. And I've always heard like stories, and I had kept that much amount of time also allotted to my mehndi, right, like 6 to 7 hours at least. She literally finished everything in 3.5 to 4 hours, and there was only a short break because they went for lunch and met me at the event place, like where the actual mehendi was taking place, like the it was by the pool side. It was a sundowner, which is amazing, but mostly we started, and I'm so glad we started, you know, early. So when I went to my mehendi, like by the pool side, I could actually talk to everybody, I could actually take pictures with everybody, I could drink and eat all of the food that was served. I mean, not literally, but somebody could feed me, and the mehendi artists weren't getting as disturbed because they were only doing like the back or just filling. Most of the sketches were already done, both on my legs and my arms. Oh my god, a little bit of it is left, I don't know if you can see, but she also drew my eyeliner. I also had my cats on it. I had Sushi and Shadow drawn on it. So all the important things in my life was in my mehendi. Sadly, it is all gone away. I really am sad that it all went away because it truly was a piece of art. Alright, so that was mehendi. It was by the poolside. It was amazing. Siti had her coffee that she did with El Bueno. It was such a last minute idea, and everybody loved the coffee. So we had like a coffee station because it was so cold. And I also had a vodka pani puri station, which was a hit, if I do say so myself. It was a lot of fun. So that happened. And then what else? Yeah, so then we went in. I changed into my cocktail outfit, which is one of the most beautiful outfit I've ever worn. I've never felt sexier. Honestly, I felt like a movie star in that look. So we started getting ready for the cocktail around like 6-ish that evening, 6 or 7-ish. And what that look was, that the look that I was going for was like a very nice sultry smoky eye, like a nice intense smoky eye. And the outfit was from Itra by Mohit, and it was everything and beyond what I could wish for. It just looked, I usually am not like a silver sort of person, and we had initially thought of a gold sari because that looks really nice on me, the color gold. But then once I tried the silver, we just didn't even look at anything else. This was it for us, and I loved how sexy the blouse was and how shimmery the outfit was. The theme, if you say, I didn't really have any theme for any of the, say, like events, but if there was like a theme informally, it was that everything needed to be shimmery or like shiny. I think that was one of the like themes that I had given my decor guy. Yeah, so, and also the people who were asking what they should be wearing, so I was like, just wear something sparkly or shiny. So I think my outfit kind of represented that really well. And that night was one of the best, like literally one of the bestest parties I have ever attended. everybody had such a blast. You know, I had this unsaid rule where I'm gonna like send all of the older people out, because I told my parents we're really going to, like, you know, party hard, we're gonna dance, we're gonna like really tear up the dance floor. So we don't want anyone, you know, judging us, or anyone who's not comfortable with the loud music to be there. So I made every oldie dance. Like, nobody left. I think everybody had so much fun. I was just so proud of myself for making everybody dance that night. Like, there was no exception whatsoever. Like, it didn't matter if they were my parents' friends, or my friends, or Ramesh's friends, or his cousins. I made everybody dance, and there was like literally no escape. And I was actually really impressed. One of the last things that I set up was the bar person and the bar, and because that was something that I needed to be in Delhi for, and I wasn't going or was able to go there enough. So one of the last things that we booked was the bar person, and honestly, he killed it. I absolutely loved his service. He was so nice. He made sure that everybody drank, and he used to call people back to give them their orders, and he was so prompt. And I loved the way they had displayed the bar, and everybody looked pretty sloshed by the end of the night. Ramesh doesn't drink, so the way he danced, that too without like drinking, was insane. You wouldn't believe this, but I've never really seen him dance. He used to be a dancer in his school, but he doesn't do that anymore. I mean, me too. When I was younger, I used to really dance. Like, that was one of my biggest hobbies. But sorry if I'm looking down, just looking at what I should go for. I'm just looking at creating something extremely simple, so I can focus on talking and not spending too much time like blending. But yeah, so he is such an incredible dancer. All of us were like blown away with his dancing skills, especially my parents and my friends. And even before that, we had performances. All my bridesmaids, they had prepared a dance number which was so good. I can't believe that they only practiced like the day that they arrived. Like, during the mehendi, they were all gayab. I couldn't find any one of them, and then I found out they were all practicing. So I was like, okay, fine, I forgive you guys. So they were all dancing and practicing, and the way the dance turned out was so nice. Oh my god, it didn't matter whoever forgot steps or whatever, it just looked so nice. And my cousin sister, she started the performances, and then my friends danced, and then my parents also danced, as in not just my parents but my entire family, my brother, my bhabhi, everyone. Like, by dance I mean there was like a performance. I had a surprise performance for Ramesh. Yeah, so I am the worst when it comes to keeping surprises, and surprise, I feel like, is Ramesh's like love language. He loves surprising people, his friends, me, everyone that he loves. And I knew I had to do some sort of a surprise. And when we never really sort of practiced a dance or anything or a performance for the wedding, so I knew that wasn't going to happen. We always planned on just doing like just dancing on the dance floor. That was our plan, which I really love, because then, you know, it kind of takes away the pressure of like practicing. And of course we don't really get to spend a lot of time together because, you know, we don't stay in the same city, so it wasn't easy for us to also kind of practice or plan sort of performances. And I feel like it would have just added on to the stress that was the wedding planning. So yeah, but I knew that I could practice on my own to surprise him, so I did that. And oh my god, it was a lot of fun. I thought I had smashed it. Then I watched videos. It wasn't as well as I thought it was in my head, because definitely I was a little drunk, but it wasn't as bad also. Like, I didn't cringe as hard as I thought I would. So no, it wasn't bad at all. It was actually a really good performance, and I loved Ramesh's reaction to that. House of Dance actually choreographed it. Oh my god, you have to listen to the story of how I practiced it. Okay, so Ramesh was in Delhi. He was at the venue, and this was our final discussion with our decorator. So he has me on call for like 2 hours while the decorator is taking him through the entire venue and all of the functions, and I'm with him on call. The only thing is, I told him, listen, I'm working, so whenever you don't need me or if I'm actively not speaking, I'm gonna mute myself. So I muted myself and I was practicing dance, and kudos to Team House of Dance. You guys really were patient with me that day. A huge shout out to them for like creating such amazing steps, for amazing choreography, for being patient with me and my girls, for being so descriptive, so thorough, so encouraging. They were hands down the best experience. I told them that it truly ignited that bachpan ka feeling that I had when I used to dance like unabashedly, when I would dance like, you know, oh, I'm killing it, and I felt that pure joy after a really long time. So I was very happy. So yeah, that's how I practiced my dance. And Ramesh, poor Ramesh, he thought I was working, which I was, I mean, and but technically I wasn't like working, I was working on my dance. So that's how I practiced my dance, to make sure that, you know, he was surprised. And then it was just such a fun night. It was truly a blast. I don't remember half of it, but I'm like hoping the videos that I get, I haven't received all of the videos from the wedding yet. Piyush told me he'll need like 20 days, so which is why I've not really uploaded anything, because I don't have anything to upload. So I'm just waiting on that. I'm also waiting to watch everything so I know what actually went down during the cocktail and what everyone was doing. And so yeah, so that was the cocktail, and I made sure that Party Smart was displayed at the bar, and I made sure everybody had it. Sonal missed out on it for some reason, and I'll tell you the reason. She got bit by a dog, unfortunately, during the mehendi. There was a dog at the venue, and yeah, it looked really friendly, and she went to pet it and something happened and the dog snapped and she got like a major bite. Everybody was really scared. There was like blood everywhere and it was really scary. I was very scared. I mean, Nikita had seen everything, and the color on her face was absolutely gone. It was quite scary, and we were very worried because we had so many guests, like especially like young children, like just running around, you know, and we didn't want the dog to attend. I'm sure, like, and I didn't even know what to do with it. I didn't want the dog to be punished because, you know, I think it was the venue's dog. This is his place as well, and I don't know what happened, and it was a little bit of a moment. So yeah, so Sonal had to go get stitches and she was on antibiotics, and I don't know if she drank or not and if she took Party Smart, because I know she wasn't feeling the best the next day and she missed out on the haldi, which I was very sad, and I was just so happy that all of Ramesh's friends and all of my friends actually took such good care of her. We were so worried. But thankfully she was okay. And the next day we partied till like 2 or 3 in the night. I don't remember. I have no memory. So the next day was the haldi, and I think after cocktail, haldi by far was my favorite function. As soon as I walked in, that decor, it blew my mind. It was just beyond what I was expecting. It was just beyond, and I did not give him any sort of specifications. I'm not really, I didn't want to take control of all of that, especially because I was planning the whole thing. So I didn't want to, you know, get so deep into it and get so involved. I knew he was going to do a great job. He had shown me his work before, so I knew what he was doing. So I just told him I just have one need, which is the color scheme, and I wanted the color scheme to be white and yellow. And then from there onwards, you can do whatever you want to do. You can put whatever you want to. So that was my brief to him, and when I walked in, he nailed it. It was so beautifully made. I just was amazed, and me and Ramesh were the first person to reach there, because I mean, our hair and makeup team, they were amazing. We were all so punctual and on time. I was very proud of myself to be on time. I was actually very particular about being on time, because I knew that we couldn't afford any delays, because there were a lot of people coming late in the evening, and it is the winter time, it gets really foggy, and I didn't want to disrupt anyone's like travel time, or just, you know, it just felt like respectful to do so. And then yeah, so we reached there so early, so that means Piyush's team took again lots of nice pictures of us. I loved what I was wearing. It was so easy breezy, so lightweight, and so it started off pretty nice. Everybody was, especially because it started with my parents applying haldi and my relatives, and once they were applying, they were being nice and gentle. And then Nikita started applying. I think she's the one that started it, who started, like, you know, really pouring the bowl all over me. And I was seated on one side, and Ramesh was seated on the other side, and everybody was coming to me and then going to him, or going to him, and then coming to me. But after a point, I think I had FOMO, so I went and I sat where Ramesh was seated. So everyone could just apply it to us together, and you know, all his friends were that side and my friends were this side, and I was like, we should not get divided. And I think there was space for both of us to sit on that thing. And then everyone started throwing flowers. Oh my god, it was insane. It was so cinematic. It felt like I was in a movie. The DJ was, oh my god, I forgot to mention, the DJ was so good. DJ also, something was that I delegated. I told Ramesh's friend to find it, and I think one of his friends, Lohit, actually, you saw him in my court marriage vlog. I will link that vlog here in case you've not watched that. He found the DJ, and his brother actually, and it was so good. He played amazing music throughout the cocktail. There wasn't a single low. It was just like a high, and the ambience that he created during the haldi was also so nice. I didn't really like what they did in the mehndi. I didn't like the music in mehndi. I think he just put it on autoplay, and that guy wasn't even there because I wanted to complain and nobody was at the station. And after a point, I think I just forgot about it. But I didn't really enjoy the music in the mehndi, so I had like second thoughts about him, because cocktail was the same night, but he really came through. So as soon as it was around 2:30ish, I just ran to get ready because I didn't want to be rushed while I'm getting ready for my wedding. So sorry, the noise has begun again. So the sari that I was wearing was my mom's sari, the one that she wore 38 years ago to get married, and actually 39 years ago. And I knew that I wanted to wear that, and it was so special for me. What made it even more special was around the 10th or 12th of December, I got a call, and it was from Dolly Jane, and she's like, Debasree, let's do something. And I was like, someone up there is really writing a beautiful story for me, because it was so serendipitous. So I said, Dolly G, I'm getting married in like 10 days, and it's on the December 23rd, and it's in Delhi. And she tells me that she is actually in Delhi on that day, and she's draping somebody else, and she's going to figure out with that person and let me know. So I was like, you know what, don't get your hopes too high. It's okay, mom can always drape you. She knows how to drape a Bengali sari. And that was the plan anyway. That was what the plan was. And then, you know, I call her, or I text her like a couple of days later. I said, hey, do you think this is confirmed? Should we go ahead with it? I need to align like my photographers and everybody. And she's like, yeah, 100%, we're doing it. And oh my god, it was such a feel-good moment for me. So that happened, and she came over around 2:33. I was just about to get done with my makeup by the time she came in. So if I were to sit at my haldi beyond the time that I told myself I should, I didn't want Dolly G to be waiting. You know what I mean? You have to be respectful for everyone's timelines. And I knew she had somewhere else to go as well and drape somebody. So yeah, I was so happy that our makeup was done. Hair was also almost done. And she came in, I asked her to go have lunch, and within like 30 minutes we were ready to be draped. And yeah, so that was quite exciting. I mean, Leah is a sweetheart, and one of the best decisions that I ever took for like my makeup to be done. I think she was so good. She helped me drape, she helped me put on my blouse, she helped me just do so many little things. She was so prepared, so calm. Her energy was so calming for me. And not just her, Nazish, who did my hair from Aveda. You'll find her at the Aveda salon. You must have seen her in one of my vlogs, my wedding planning vlogs. And her energy and her presence, all of the Aveda products, the chakra spray that they had, oh my god, it was a moment. It was like a serene spa like moment where I was getting ready, honestly. And we made sure that the movement was not too much. Like, I didn't want too many people in the room while I was getting ready, or too many people coming in and asking questions, and that I feel like kind of really like it just breaks the flow. And I really wanted to be in a good, nice inner peace zone, and which I was just laughing around and making everybody laugh, and we were just like talking and gossiping away. So it was quite fun, and they did such an incredible job. And I'm just so happy that, you know, I got to be like a Mac bride. Mac did my makeup and all of my family's makeup from both my side and Ramesh's side. So that was pretty spectacular. It was more than I could even ask for, and it just happened so organically, you know. It wasn't like a collab where I have, say, specific deliverables, or these are the posts that I have to do and make sure that it goes out on this time. I told them that I'm not going to be on social media as much, maybe a couple of stories, but there's not going to be like a constant update while the wedding is happening. So they were just so understanding of that, not just them, and all the other brands that, you know, helped me out during the wedding. Everybody, it was just such an organic collaboration with all of the brands, and I could not have been more thankful. And I don't think it would have been possible if it weren't for you guys. I'm kind of getting emotional, but yeah, I truly am so grateful for that, for the opportunity that I have, for the and I'm even grateful for myself to be able to work this much and bring myself to a position that I am right now, that where I can collaborate with brands like this and designers to kind of make sure that my wedding happened the way it happened. So it really was such an amazing process, collaborating with MAC, with Aveda, all of the jewelry partners, the outfit partners. I was just super grateful. And so yeah, so the makeup happened. The blouse was very special. You guys saw Nivedita sketch it, the dupatta as well. She literally was the heart of my wedding. The way she designed that blouse for that sari really made that sari come alive, and the way Dolly G draped it in literally 20 seconds. That's how long it felt. Pretty sure it was longer than that, but she is phenomenal. Like, she truly knows what she's doing. She is so skilled. You get to learn so much from her. My mother had to kind of put my shakapola in at that time. My mother was actually really stressed the entire wedding, and she would just look at me, and every moment she would look at me, I would just be like smiling ear to ear, and the only thing she would tell me is like aste aste, which means slowly slowly slowly. That's all she told me throughout the wedding. She was so stressed, poor thing. I think I only saw her relax at the reception day. But yeah, so then we got ready. Ramesh also got his hair and makeup done by the same team, and then the wedding was slightly delayed, so we took lots of pictures. Never wasted any opportunity. And then the wedding was so much fun. Every time, I'm so sorry that I'm saying this, but every time I've gone and attended like feiras or anything, I'm usually the one which is like sleeping or like eating or just like really bored and waiting for that to get over. But when it was my own feiras, it was so much fun. If you look at the photos of me sitting in the mandap, it looks like I'm at a stand-up. I'm literally laughing so much, and my mom, like, every time I went eye to eye with her, and she's like, calm down, like, look shy, look coy. And I'm like, no, I'm really enjoying this. And like, I was just talking to everybody who was around, and Ramesh was so sincere during the wedding. It was just so much fun. There were so many moments. Ramesh is really funny, so he cracked up. Even our Panditji, like my Panditji was laughing as hard as I was. Like, there was this moment which I'm never going to forget, that Panditji was laughing so hard that he couldn't breathe and he couldn't read the mantras. That's how much fun it was. And let me also tell you what the moment was. So basically, you need a kid. Sorry, the sun is like right at me, so I'm just going to reduce the, yeah, I think this is good. The Panditji was like, we need a baby for a ritual, and we could not find any kid, you know, anybody. I think everybody was busy playing, or we found somebody who declined. They were like, I don't want to do it. Then the Panditji, you know, just taps Ramesh's feet, and he's like, you know, bacha chahiye. And Ramesh looks at me and he's like, thoda time lagega, Panditji. And Panditji lost it. And I think Piyush captured that moment as well, so that was quite funny. And then my father-in-law comes in and he brings somebody who is an Indian, and so he was really scared of me. That little poor child, I had sindoor all over me and everything, and that poor child was traumatized. So I'm very, very sorry for that traumatic experience for that child, but it was a lot of fun for us. And then we moved on to changing my outfit. I was actually really reluctant on changing my outfit. Oh my god, it's getting really bright, so I'm going to use this microphone as my shade. Wow. So it was something that I had decided, because everybody's like, you need to do a different look for your nikah. The initial plan was for me to just get up from my mandap and go to the nikah, the place that they had made for it, with the flower curtains and everything. And everybody was like, you know what, I think you should really change up your look, and this is once in a lifetime thing, so you know. So I was like, okay, you know what, then you guys have to keep everything ready for me and make sure that I get changed on time. I gave everybody 30 minutes. That's how long I'm gonna take, which it didn't work out. It took me 45 to an hour, but yeah, it was pretty quick. I quickly changed into this golden lehenga, which is again from Nivedita, and it was just love at first sight when I wore that, and I knew this was what I wanted to wear. And yeah, so the nikah was pretty quick, and it was really nice. I had goosebumps. And then we went to the stage, took pictures with everybody, and the next day was reception, and that was pretty simple. It was actually a little tiring. I think from all of the functions, if one function was tiring, it was the reception. We had over 2,000 people. I was at the stage. My blouse was skimpy. I was again wearing Nivedita's red lehenga. Oh my god, that has to be my favorite outfit apart from my wedding outfit. So I think all the outfits were my favorite, but the red lehenga was stunning. It was breathtaking, the work in that lehenga, the 3D flowers on it, stunning. But anyway, it was a little tiring because that day the temperatures really dropped. It was cold. The reception was outdoors. The heaters weren't as good in the stage, so I was really cold. We were in the stage from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. and all the guests came in, and it was so nice to interact with everybody, but then I had to like take pictures with everybody, selfies. It was like a meet and greet, but like a really intense meet and greet. That's what it felt like. I was telling Ramesh, like, now you know what a meet and greet feels like, which actually gives me an idea that I should do like a Zoom meet and greet. No, let me know if you guys would like that in the comments down below. But I think the lighting is getting very weird. It suddenly got super bright, but it's actually also the end of the story time, and also this look is also complete. I am going to show you what the look looks like. I don't think this is the best work I've done because I think I was too busy trying to tell you guys the story than focus on what I was doing on my face. But regardless, the look is not bad. But the story is great. So thank you so much for sticking around. Oh my god, I think I should do this outro a little bit later. It's much later now and the sun has gone down. This is the lighting in my room. Tell me if you like this. So I will try to film at this time because the construction work, it stops at 6:30. Thank you so much for staying through this entire video. I'm so sorry about the noise, but I will make more videos where I will be talking about just all of the functions and all of the looks that I did and kind of break it down for you guys. If you are someone who is going to plan your own wedding, I would love to share my tips on that because I have learned a lot. Nikita and I were just joking the other day, we could totally start our wedding planning agency from everything that we went through. But there are a few things I definitely learned in terms of like time management, managing like lookbooks and figuring out a few things that really helped me stay sane and chill and enjoy my wedding. So if you would want to see that, let me know what you think of this lighting, and I will see you very soon. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And in case you missed out on the wedding planning videos, I am going to be linking them right here, so please go watch those, and I'll see you soon.